What's up guys, this is Jonas and let me start this video with a quick story. So here's a picture of me when I was around 16 or 17 years old, and as you guys can see back then my jawline wasn't really defined or visible at all. Back then I wasn't feeling really comfortable or confident once somebody was taking pictures of me, and my little bit chubby-ish face was definitely one of the reasons. This has changed over the years, and these days my jawline is more defined and definitely a lot more visible than it used to be. And I really don't have the best jawline in the world, but I've definitely made some improvements over the years. And in today's video I want to share with you 5 tips that you can apply to get a more defined and more chiseled jawline that we all guys want. The first 2 tips are visual effects that you can instantly apply, which give your face a slimmer and more defined look. And the last 3 tips are basically physical tips that you can apply that actually define your jawline. And the best thing about these tips is that they actually work. And I'm not here to try to sell you any stupid jawline exerciser that probably doesn't work. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that stuff on YouTube and I'm honestly not really convinced of that stuff. So let's get started. Tip number 1, have the right haircut. So back in the days I used to have this young Justin Bieber haircut that probably every guy had back then. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having this hairstyle, but it's not the most ideal hairstyle to emphasize your jawline because your sides are simply too long and have too much volume. So basically when you have a hairstyle with long sides or a lot of volume at the sides, it simply creates this visual illusion that your face is actually wider than it is. Instead, I can recommend you guys to keep your sides a little bit shorter because this makes your face actually look slimmer. Here the rule counts: the shorter your sides are, the slimmer your face will look. But guys, you can do even more with your hair because the more volume you have on the top, the longer your face looks, and it also makes your face look a lot leaner. Point number 2, have the right beard, or actually no beard. So if you want to go for a beard style that really emphasizes your jawline, then I can definitely recommend you to go for this jawline beard, which also emphasizes your cheekbones. When you guys go for this beard style, make sure to use your natural jawline for grooming. And when you go for this beard style, make sure to groom it every 3 up to 4 days because you don't want it to be too long, because when it's too long it simply covers your jawline, and that's definitely not the result that you want to create. And in case you have a really strong jawline and really strong cheekbones, then you can also go with a wet shave because this will look amazing on some people because it really emphasizes your jawline and it really emphasizes the cheekbones. Personally, I like to go with both looks. I like the wet shave because it just looks clean, it just looks fresh, but I also like having a little bit of beard because it looks more masculine. I just switch them up a little bit depending how I feel, or yeah. Figure it out for yourself. What works best for you? Do you prefer the wet shave or do you prefer this jawline beard? Let me know in the comments because I'm excited to hear your opinion and what's your take on beard style. Let's jump to point number 3, and that is sodium intake. Who doesn't know it? So when you go to a burger restaurant or a pizza restaurant with your friends and maybe have some Ben & Jerry's after, you simply feel like that's the result of high sodium intake, because your body will store much more water and also in your face. But thank God it's just temporary and usually it goes back to normal after 1 up to 2 days. And guys, I really don't think there's anything wrong with having cheat meals or maybe like a cheat day from time to time. I also like to enjoy myself from time to time during this quarantine, a little bit more often, I guess. Just keep in mind that cheat meals, burgers and high sodium food is not the most ideal thing when you want to have a great jawline. Number 4, reduce your body fat level. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is one of the critical points how chubby Jonas went from this to this. So if you look at runaway models at Paris or Milan Fashion Week, they all have 2 things in common. Number 1 is that they're extremely skinny. I mean, a little bit too skinny for my personal taste. And number 2 is that all of them have amazing jawlines, amazing cheekbones. I wish I had those cheekbones. Some of you will say now, okay, it's because of their genetics and their bone structure. And I totally agree. We can't change our bone structure and our genetics. However, if your body fat is low, your jawline will be visible no matter what. And of course guys, to me this is another great reason to exercise. I mean, I just love working out and it has so many health benefits, but it also has some nice side effects such as getting a nicer jawline. So why not do it, guys? The last point in this video is the most effective one by far actually, but not everybody wants to do it. And I'm talking about getting jawline filler. And first of all, I'm not talking about plastic surgeries. And by the way, I'm not a huge fan of them because they simply cross a line that's just not for me, but everybody can decide what's best for themselves. On the other side, getting jawline filler is a non-surgical treatment and it only takes like 20 minutes, and of course you go home right after. So a doctor will inject dermal filler around your chin line that builds up in around like 1 or 2 weeks, and after you will have a very strong and very defined jawline for around 6 up to 12 months, because gradually the body absorbs the injected material and your jaw will return to its pre-treatment appearance. All the before and afters that I've seen are just incredible. I have never done it, but if I had like no jawline, I would definitely consider it. And a friend of mine has done it actually, and the results just look super natural. It looks super good, so I think it's something to consider. And if you look on social media, especially on Instagram, you will clearly notice that jawline trainer have become a huge trend also among women. However, if you consider getting jawline fillers because you want to have a better jawline, which I can totally understand, then make sure to consult a doctor before and get as many information as you can, also about the side effects. And now I'm really curious to know, what is your take on jawline filler? Is that something that you would consider for yourself because you want to have a better jawline? Or do you think it's just stupid, unnecessary, and people should just stay how they are? And I really hope you enjoyed today's video and find it helpful, and if so, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more fashion and lifestyle videos, and I really hope to see you guys next time.